Hello everyone, and thanks for looking at my videos. Today is Buffalo Soldier Day. And I just want to mention that my wife and I went to a very good presentation and celebration of the Buffalo Soldiers at a church in Fort Worth yesterday. They had a very distinguished color guard, and there was a very distinguished historian. This is a picture of the historian that was there. Her name is Rosalia Reed, and she's on YouTube, and she has a number of videos that you would think that is really interesting. This is her right here, and one of her portrayals is Kathy Williams. Kathy Williams, From Slave to a Buffalo Soldier by Philip Thomas Tucker. Now, Kathy Williams was the only female Buffalo Soldier. This is a very good read, and it has a lot of highlights that that's just really interesting. Kathy Williams. Now, this is another interesting book that I use as a reference also. Black Officer in a Buffalo Soldier Regiment. This is the story of Charles Young. He was very distinguished. He went to West Point, and he was recommended to become a general, even though he was a colonel, but because of racism back in that day, he did not quite make it, but he had a very distinguished career. Black officer in a Buffalo Soldier unit. He was in the 9th Cavalry. Charles Young. Another book that I reference, Black Soldiers in the West, a Black Soldiers Anthology. This is exceptional reading too. Black Soldiers in the West, a Black Soldiers Anthology. You didn't know the Buffalo Soldiers were in Alaska, did you? Yes, they were. Black Soldiers in Alaska, Company L, the 24th Infantry by Brian Sellum. Exceptional reading again. Now, this is The Black Seminoles by Kenneth W. Porter. The Black Seminoles weren't really Buffalo Soldiers, but they assisted the Buffalo Soldiers in many of their missions. They were scouts. As you can see by some of their complexions, they had mixed heritage. They were African descent and also Seminole descent. But they assisted the Buffalo Soldiers, particularly during the Indian Wars. The Black Seminoles by Kenneth W. Porter. Some other reading that's very interesting. A Mulatto Slave, the events in the life of Peter Hunt. Now, Peter Hunt, he wasn't a Buffalo Soldier either, but he did serve with the United States U.S. colored troops during the Civil War. And he has a very interesting perspective because you can see his Caucasian features there, but he was black. So he had a very interesting experience during the Civil War as a mulatto. Riders in the Storm, the triumphs and tragedies of a black cavalry unit in the Civil War. Like I mentioned, these are the United States colored troops. They weren't the Buffalo Soldiers, but they like the prerequisites to the Buffalo Soldiers. And they have an exceptional story themselves. This is by John D. Warner. These are just some of my references. I know I talk kind of speedily, but please take some time out, slow my video down, look these references up. It's worth it. It's worth it because Black history is American history. Black history is being diminished and erased now. It is so important. We need to know where our past is. We need to have some pride in ourselves. Thank you.